All right, guys, we're going to get started. All right, good to see everybody. I see Penny. Christine, how are you? Good to see you. I feel like we don't see each other anymore.
I know. Good morning.
Good morning. All right, so I'm going to get started with you guys. I know that for the last couple of weeks, we really put a hyper focus on listings, which is, obviously we talk about it all the time, super critical right now. And so that being said, let's start our meeting the way we always start our meeting. Go ahead to the chat box. It's a freedom day. Type it inside the chat box. Let's see that coming. So just go straight to the chat box and type it out. It's a freedom day. Obviously, you know why we do this. We do this to create that euphoria between you, your brain waves, your mentality, anything that's going on in your life. You know that you woke up this morning so you can create more freedom in your life, whatever that means. I had this crazy great opportunity last night to speak in front of 40 people. And I said, very simply, I said, how many of you, by a show of hands, how many of you are working every single day to attract some sort of freedom in your life? And every hand went up, right? And so I'm in love with the company of the company name and how we do this every single Thursday, because I think it really resonates with every single one of us. We're all chasing some sort of freedom, right? Whether that be that financial freedom or that time freedom or that location freedom, I don't know. Maybe one day, Michael, maybe one day I'll be your neighbor and I can still work from over there. Who knows, right? And so, and I want to have the ability to be able to do that. And I think everybody wants the ability to be able to say, you know what, I just feel like moving to the Caribbean and still be able to run your business and effectively earn an income. And so everything we do here are the baby steps, step by step, 52 weeks a year. We're on here live every single Thursday at 11 a.m. to try to build the steps to creating that. Last 2 weeks, we really spent massive focus on listings. The first one was really how to generate listings, how to create those leads, how to go out and find them. The second week, last week, was about the actual listing appointment. Today, I promised you guys that I was going to create a before, during, and after kind of aspect and situation to what listing should look like. And so I want to go over that with you today. And so today is not going to be a very long class, simply because this isn't the craziest, longest conversation in the world, right? It's so simplistic that all you have to do is really systemize it in a sense. And if you can systemize it, then it works for you every single time you do it. The reason that I love transaction coordinators, right? And so I use Michelle. I don't know if anybody else uses Michelle, but the reason I use Michelle as a transaction coordinator is because she is super systemized, right? Like, dude, every one of her emails, it looks the same. It goes out on time. She uses emojis. She uses things. She uses like pictures of her waving, or waves, of her waving, and what that does to the consumer is that it gets them more excited about what's going on. And I love that she has that systemized and created. It's a copy and paste situation. All she has to do is put a new address, new names, that kind of stuff, right? New title company, new mortgage company, so forth, so on. And so the crazy part is what she does is not difficult to do, but because most of us don't have our pieces put together in such a way, we don't do it the same fashion. We don't do it the same way. And so I want to bring this to your attention. So we're going to start with pre-listing, okay? And so this is something that I created. Let me see. Can you guys see that? This is something that I created. This is actually a part of my listing or pre-listing package that I send out to clients. So I'm going to do two things. You guys are here live, and there's not a ton of you. Usually we have like 40 something people in here, so I'm tripping out right now. But since there's not a lot of you, do me a favor. Go into the chat box and type out your email address, okay? And what Michael's going to do is he's going to take a screenshot of these email addresses, and he's going to send you our presentation, our pre-listing presentation. And he'll also send you this as well, but our pre-listing presentation already has this in it. The reason I want to send it to you is because this is something that you can create for yourself very easily, very simply in Canva, Because by the way, Canva is 100% free, unless you're like you like to tap into all the pro stuff like me, and then it's a whopping $12 a month, right? So, it's an amazing system that allows you to do this. So pre-listing, first thing is the obvious stuff. We scheduled the appointment. The folks met with our team, right? And we discussed the best strategy for selling. Now, in this piece right here, you heard me talk about this last week when Carlos and I were bantering back and forth in our role play. I told Carlos, hey, Carlos, we're going to create a WhatsApp group. And in that WhatsApp group, it's going to be you and any other responsible party, plus me, plus maybe another agent that I have as an assistant, plus my administrator and my transaction coordinator. We're going to have this group together because I want to have very high levels of communication with you, right? And then I go, this is what I expect from you. And that's when you discuss the strategies of selling and the best practices for presenting your home. Your home has to be neat and clean. I need the ability to show your home. I don't care if you have visitors from out of town, take them out for lunch. Like, set those expectations very early on. Otherwise, you're going to get, oh, but I have family here. The house is a mess, this and that. Cool. Pick it up real quick. Throw stuff in the closet, grab the family, take them out for Starbucks. Let me show this property because you're blocking my ability to sell it. And the ultimate mission is to sell the property, right? It's much harder to have that conversation later than it is up front in a pre-listing situation, right? The next thing is, going over, you do the evaluation, you complete the market analysis, you establish a sales price, and then you execute the sales agreement and you get that going. Now, pre-sale, this is not on here. These are the tactics that we use, right? I usually sign the agreement, date it to begin the listing a week from the point that I signed it. In that time, if you remember, Carlos and I were role playing, and I said, I'm going to get Gene on the line, who's my photographer, so we can schedule an appointment. Remember that, Carlos? And Carlos, Tuesday next week, cool, Tuesday, hey, Gene, Tuesday, great, 10 o'clock Tuesday, he's coming to take pictures of your house, right? And I try to schedule that appointment as soon as possible, but also considering maybe the seller needs time to patch up a wall, clean something, paint something, take care of something. And so that could push out my potential listing start date. But I never start a listing right away because I need time to take professional photography. I need time to get professional videos. I need time to pre-market. And so I have a tactic in some of the things that I do. One of my tactics is obviously get professional photos and video, right? And so once that's kind of squared away, we build out the websites in advance. So I can build out 2 out of the 4 websites that we promote in advance because we control them. My marketing guy, the guy that takes all the pictures and videos of my house, his purchase of buying photos with him comes with a website. Okay. Then outside of that, we build something separate, a landing page. When we go live, then we have it on the MLS. You have that site, you have the Chime site, and then it syndicates everywhere else. If you're with LPT or a company that provides you a front-facing website, then you have that access as well. Okay. And so the ability to be able to pump these out early before a listing goes up is critical. Now, here's the other thing that I like to do. And this is like a little trick that I picked up, and you guys can use it if you like. I use a company to put our posts in. I don't like to go dig holes and put posts in, right? So there's a company called realpost.com, right? I go to Real Post, I pay these guys $45. I can pick any color post that I want. They will pick up the post at the end of the listing. They will hold on to my signs. They have pictures of them. I could tell them to put my sign back up, like the whole nine, okay? What I do is I schedule that as soon as I have a signed listing agreement. So what happens? The neighbors are driving by the house and people are driving by the house, and there's this post with no sign on it for a little bit. Because I don't put the sign up until the pictures are taken. Because I don't like that little blur, right? Because we can't have our signage in the MLS. So I don't like that little blur. So I don't put my sign up until the pictures are taken, but people are seeing this post up and they're like, huh, The neighbor's selling their house. And what do they start doing naturally? What any one of us would do. We keep passing by the house, even if it's a little bit out of our way, to see when the sign goes up. It creates that initial excitement. Then what do? I'm already pre-ordering my postcards, my door hangers, my flyers, things of that nature. The reason that I'm pre-ordering this stuff is because when my sign goes up, and again, this is all pre-actually hitting the market, right? Pictures are done, boom, my sign goes up. Once my sign goes up, we go canvass the neighborhood. And I tell the neighbors, hey, by the way, it's Thursday. Or I'm sorry, let's say Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Our listing is going live tomorrow. I just wanted to give you a heads up in case you know anybody that should be in touch with me about this property. That's the script. That's it, right? Hey, by the way, this property is not even on the market yet. I'm giving you a heads up, right? I used to say, somebody taught me how to say, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to choose your own neighbor, right? And I thought that was cute. It just wasn't me, you know what I mean? But it works for a lot of people. You know, I want to give you the opportunity to choose your own neighbor. Here you go. We're not even on the market yet, right? Oh my God, when are you hitting the market? 2 days. You got 48 hours to choose your neighbor before everyone comes frantically running for this property, right? And so that's the kind of stuff that I do. Now we start creating our marketing material, obviously, for social media presence. None of our marketing material has pricing on it. Oftentimes I see a lot of social media titles go up and it's like, you know, $495,000, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, why are you putting up all the information? Now no one has any reason to reach out to you. Right? So my favorite comment to come up when I post something is, hey, how much is this one? Because it allows me the opportunity to go into the DMs and have a conversation with this person. Hey, do you think you have a potential buyer? Right? So here's the thing. Hey, how much is this one? I go to the DM. Hey, I saw your message. You think you have a potential buyer? Well, how much is it? It's in North Miami. Do you have a potential buyer? Yeah, I think I do. Awesome, man. What's their budget? Bro, listen, because if you go in there, you go, oh, $495,000, you'll never hear from them again. Build the conversation, build the relationship, right? Get that piece going. And so as we start putting all this together, now we go live on the MLS, okay? So what are we doing when we're live on the MLS? Obviously, the sign is up. We got the photography. We got the print marketing in place. We targeted social media posts. Now we're scheduling open houses. Now, not all sellers want open houses. I had this great listing in Coconut Grove and here in Miami, $2 million townhouse, 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, small pool in the back, space for 3 cars to park up front. It was fabulous. Couldn't have an open house. Why? Because the neighborhood surrounding it wasn't that fantastic. And so they didn't want the neighbors that they know for sure can't afford a $2 million townhouse coming by to scope out their jewelry and their furniture and their TVs and stuff like that. And so I understood. And I said, all right, fine. You know, and we vetted everybody that came to see the house. In other houses, for instance, we have a new listing up in North Miami. That house, vacant house, right off Ivesbury Road, which is a busy road in North Miami. Boom, open house, Saturday and Sunday, back-to-back slammed with people. Right? Slammed with people, 7 offers on the property in just a few days. Why? Because we used all these tactics up until open house. By the way, I get an offer on day one. I tell day one offer, hey man, there's nothing I love more than the first offer on a property. However, we're hosting an open house on Saturday and Sunday, and our seller has been advised, and never say our seller said. Our seller has been advised, and never say by who, it's by me. Our seller has been advised to host an open house Saturday and Sunday and make a decision on Monday. And don't worry, I'm going to make sure that he knows you were the first offer. Saturday, open house, couple more offers. Sunday, open house, couple more offers. Monday, I have it all organized and I can present it to him. We get on a Zoom together. He lives in Ohio, so I have to get on a Zoom with this person. We get on a Zoom together. I show him contract over contract over contract. But we've created such a relationship throughout the process that he looks at me and goes, I trust you. Which one do we go with? Right? Contact your database. So there are two pieces to this. One, obviously, creating email campaigns to your database is important when you have new listings. Putting it out on social media is also a way of contacting your database because you're putting it out on your private social media, and those are the people that follow you on purpose, right? But then there's a tactic that I call the top 100. You got a listing. It ain't moving that fast. You get on the MLS and you search for the last 90 days, how many homes were sold within a half a mile or a quarter mile of this property, depending on how dense the community is. And then I call every real estate agent, listing agent and buyer side, and let them know about the listing. Hey, just want to give you a call and let you know that I've got this great listing for sale in the neighborhood. I know you just sold something in the last 90 days there. So if you got anybody else that was interested, I've got one that just came up. Consistently doing that. Call it the top 100, right? Why? Because I try to hit at least 100 agents. Come on, guys, if there's two sides to a deal, all you need is 50 listings, right? Then you have your email campaigns and then show the property to interested buyers. Obviously, I have a very specific tactic in the way that I show my listings. We've talked about this tactic before, but more importantly, I want to tell you this. Our team shows every single listing. This is not very popular amongst the real estate community. If it's vacant and there's a lockbox, we show it. Okay. And I know a lot of real estate agents are happy to put a lockbox on a property and tell the agent, hey guys, it's on lockbox, send me your information, I'll send you the code, or it's on Supra, you know, whatever the case is. But I believe that showing the property sells the property. If you're not in there showing the property, what you're depending on is the sales tactics and understanding of sales of the buyer's agent. Why would you put the sale of your property? Why would you put your income in the hands of that person? Doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make any sense to me, right? So we show up and we show all of our listings. And when we show our listings, it's not, this is the bathroom and this is the kitchen and this is the, right? It's the details of the home. Everyone knows what a kitchen looks like. So no need to say, this is the kitchen. But what important is in the kitchen? Does it have soft close cabinets? Are the cabinets 100% wood, right? Is it a quartz countertop, or is it a marble countertop, or is it a granite countertop, or is it a formica countertop? What's the stove? Is the stove induction? Is it gas? Is it Samsung? Is it, you know, I don't know, anything else? Meili, right? Is this refrigerator Sub-Zero? Like, those are the things that you want to point out. Does the house have cameras? Is there a security system? Those are the things that people don't notice. Everybody knows what a living room looks like. No need to say, guys, and this is the living room. This is where your couch and TV would go. No shit, Sherlock. Right? Talk about the things that they may not know. By the way, the seller just replaced these doors. They were kind of stuck. He had the doors replaced. Now they open so smooth. Check it out. You can try it yourself. Turn that bottom lock. By the way, there's a double security on every door, right? There's a deadbolt, and then there's the locks that go up. That's why you see two knobs there. Like, those are the explanations that people need in order to hear what's going on with this property. By the way, presenting your own property in that fashion changes the game. It changes how people see the property. It changes their aspect on future properties. So when they go to the next property and the next agent is showing them the property, if they show up, by the way, if the next agent is showing the property and they're going, this is the living room, this is the kitchen, and this is the bathroom, and this is the backyard, and this is the pool, right? No, bro, how big's the pool? Is it salt water or is it chlorine? How deep is the pool? Is there a basement? Is the basement finished? Is it not finished? Where's the water heater? Is it PVC piping on the plumbing? Is it galvanized? Is it copper? Right? Like, these are the things that you need to really focus on when you're showing a property. The next person's not going to do the same thing. Promise you, I've been to a lot of showings. I've worked with a lot of buyers. I've had a lot of listing agents show properties. Very few will go through the details, the minutia of the property to give somebody a strong aspect. Here's another piece of advice. Have a list, unbranded, so that the agent on the other side doesn't feel like you're trying to steal their client. Have a list, unbranded, could be done on Canva, could be done just regular document printed out, of everything that's special about this property. Everything. What's it close to? What kind of security system is it? You know, what schools are in the area? That's the information that people want to know. And so hand them the list and go, hey, listen, this is a very detailed list on the property, the area, the school district, and everything else for your information. I don't put school grades and things like that. No crime statistics, please. Okay. But I put the school names. If they want to know if that's a good school or not, they have Google. But at least you gave them the school name. You gave them more information than anyone else is going to give them. That's going to put your property ahead of the game. That'll make sure every single property you have sells. Now, let's get into post-listing. Obviously, you're going to receive offers. I told you my tactic, right? I collect the offers and then I present them to the seller. I like to present them very clear. I show it to them, price, deposit, title company, closing date, type of loan, inspection period. You know, we kind of go through the whole thing. Any special notes on there, costs associated, whatever the case may be. Type of loan. I don't know if I said that already. And we get into the minutia of the contract, and then we repeat it on the next contract, repeat it on the next contract, repeat it on the next contract. And I let them know ahead of repeating it to them, I have a favorite. However, I want to show them all to you, and then you tell me your thoughts. My last client, which was just yesterday, said, Dave, I trust you. Which one's your favorite? Some clients are going to say, hey, I like this one because of ABC. And you go, okay, was that your favorite? It wasn't, but okay. Well, tell me your favorite and create an argument. And so we put that stuff in place, right? And that's how I like to present my offers to the seller. That's how I like to put it together for them. Once we organize that, ladies and gentlemen, during the process of all this, you are, please, if you're not using a TC, I don't care if you do one deal every 3 months and you're just not that busy. Use a TC. It's going to cost you a whopping $350, right? And this person is going to do such a great professional job keeping your deal in order that it's going to alleviate time for you to go find the next deal. And by the way, makes you look amazing, because your seller is going to be super stoked that they had this person on their side. Super stoked. Okay. Next thing is, you got to reach out to everybody else. I hate when I send an offer and I get zero response from the other agent. That's the worst thing you can do to somebody, right? You know how it feels. You know how it feels when your buyer's on you and they're like, man, do we get accepted? Man, do we get accepted? And you're like, your heartstrings are being pulled. You're like, I don't know. They won't answer me. And it also makes you look bad because, oh, well, who are you that they don't even talk to you? They don't even pick up your phone. Because that's how consumers think, right? Always communicate with everybody else and let them know whether they got accepted or not. If they didn't get accepted, always ask if they want to be a backup. Would you like to be a backup? Sure, why not? Cool. I'm going to put you in my backup folder and we'll figure this out. Why? Because the contract that we accepted might not go through. They might go through inspection and find a whopping 50 things and go, nah, right? Josie, where do you find great transaction coordinators? I can refer you one. Honestly, you have my DM. Shoot me a DM. I'll refer you to Michelle. She is incredible, incredible, and she's multi-state too. And she's like on top of her game. And so these are the people that you want on your side, you know. Now, taking that to the next level, you got the backup offers, everything squared away. Let's get to the closing table. I'm gonna tell you what I do. You don't have to do what I do, but I'm gonna tell you what I do. I don't go to any of my closings. I know that's not popular amongst some people. Some people go, what? What do you mean? I have to take the champagne and I have to take the pastelitos and I have to take, come on, bro. You have no business at the closing table. Number one, closings take about an hour to 2 hours, depending on the property, right? And depending on how many people are signing and depending if a translator is needed and depending. And if there's an issue and they got to go back and forth with the bank again to rebalance the sheet and so forth and so on. What are you doing there? Shouldn't you be out there working on some other client, getting your next deal, doing something of that nature, right? You're burning 1 to 2 hours, not to mention the time it took you to get there and leave. There's no reason to be there. Your client needs to be there. Title company or attorney needs to be there. You don't need to be there. Set the expectation early on. Hey, you've got closing today at 1 o'clock. I heard, listen, I wish you well. Give me a call when you finish. Looking forward to it. I won't be there. You know, what? You're not going to be there, Dave? No, I have nothing to do there. I shouldn't be looking at all your financial documents anyway. Right? That's your stuff. That's between you, the title company, and the attorney or whoever else is at the table. I have no business being there. However, I want you to call me afterwards, and then I want to schedule a moment to come see you, right, in your new home. And what I do is if they call me, my title company's trained. I get a text when my closing is over. If they call me and I haven't received that text yet, I'm busy. Why do you think they're calling you in the middle of a closing? Because there's a problem. Can you solve the problem? Probably not. Because most of the problems that happen at closing table have nothing to do with you. They have to do with the bank, or they have to do with a fee that somebody's charging. It has nothing to do with you. You were straight up about your fees and costs. But you as a real estate agent are also the person earning the most money at the closing table. So if there's a problem, they're $1,000 short, who are they coming for? Right? How many of you have ever had to give up a piece of your commission to a buyer or seller because something was off? How many of you would like to never do that again? Don't be at the closing table, right? And so what happens? Once the drama's over, because they're going to find the money, ladies and gentlemen, they're going to find it, okay? Once the drama's over, now I'm not telling you it's not okay to give. You could give once in a while, okay? Like if they get up from the closing table and they leave over $1,000, right? And they go, hey, we can't close on the house because we just have no way of getting this. Go, all right, bro, I'll hook you up. All right? You're not going to lose 15, 20 grand over $1,000, ladies and gentlemen, right? But you're going to do everything you can to allow them to do what they're supposed to do at the table. They're purchasing a home. They knew, okay? What I like to do is get on the phone with them after. Hey, congratulations. Lola just called me. She told me she finished closing with you guys. Successful closing. Yeah, it was a little rough there for a minute, but we made it through. Oh, that's so good to hear. Listen, when are you guys moving? Oh, we're moving on Friday. We got the truck scheduled. Fantastic. What time's the truck coming to your house, pick up your stuff? It's going to be there at 8 a.m. in the morning. Oh, so you should be at the new house at least by noon, 1 o'clock. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to bring you lunch. What, Dave? Yeah, for sure. I'm going to bring you lunch. Don't worry about lunch. I keep it simple. KISS method, man. I go buy 4 or 5 pies of pizza. I buy 2 bottles of wine. I buy 2 liters of soda, some plastic cups, some paper plates. Take it over there. It is the best meal they're ever going to have in their lives on moving day. Anyone here that's ever moved knows how stressful that can be, right? And so a beautiful cheese pizza coming in warm in the door sets the day. Kids are running around, driving them crazy. All of a sudden, for at least a good 20, 30 minutes, they're sitting down, drinking soda and having pizza. Everybody's calm. The workers, the moving guys, hey guys, I got you a pie of pizza, man, enjoy. By the way, here's my card. You guys know people who are moving, right? Right? And so this is all about creating comfort and understanding throughout the process, making your clients as comfortable as possible through proper and effective communication. And you keep pushing forward and keep pushing forward, right? Now, what's the next thing I ask for? Pizza's done, everything. Hey, You guys super happy with everything that happened? Yes. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna text you 3 links to each of you. And I need each of you to please go to the first link, write me a 5-star review. I don't say write me a review, write me a 5-star review. Then I want you to copy that and paste it into the next 2 links. Can you do that for me? Absolutely. Cool. I'm sending it right now. I'll stay here to help you out if you need my help. Because if you just text it to them and leave, they may or may not get to it. And then you're trying to follow up with them and trying to follow the, hey man, can I get that? Can I get that review, please? Right? Stay with them. Help them if they need help. Oh man, I can't seem to get into this link, right? What are the 3 links I give them? My Google, my Zillow, and my Realtor.com. I can copy and paste any of those onto my website, by the way, onto social media. Like that's all new, fresh content. Okay. So I can take all those pieces and put them in place. Then I go, hey, thanks very much for this. By the way, do you know anybody right now looking to buy or sell? Because, you know, done with you, but I got to feed my kids next month. You know, I make a joke or something like that, right? And then I shut up. This is called the uncomfortable close. It is my favorite closing technique on the planet. I'll look at somebody, Carlos, I pick on you all the time. I'm gonna use Josie. I look at Josie and I go, hey, Josie, you know, it was a wonderful pleasure with you. Are you 110% excited about working with me? Yes, great. Do you know anybody looking or to buy or sell real estate right now that you could refer me to right now? Because the second that you open your mouth and go, because this, because that, because this, you break the monotony. How uncomfortable did you feel right now, Josie?
Very.
Right. And I saw you touching your phone. I was like, she's going to totally try to answer this question right now, you know? And so the fact that she was very uncomfortable makes her feel obligated to give an answer. Even if the answer is no, I don't, at least you get an answer. Right. But if they do, if Josie knows somebody, she goes, as a matter of fact, my cousin's looking and I beat her to purchasing, but she's working with an agent. I say, well, is she already under contract? No, she's not. Well, cool. Why don't you give me a warm connection? Send us a text together real quick right now, and then I'll call her. She sends a text together right now. I call her right now and I go, let me see, your cousin is Daphne. I go, hey, Daphne, I'm here with Josie. She just finished closing her house. I'm David. I was her real estate agent. I hear that you're having trouble. How can I help? That's the key phrase right there. How can I help? So what am I doing throughout the process? From the beginning, I'm controlling the marketing and setting the expectation. During the process, I have high levels of communication, controlling the marketing, controlling the offers, controlling the showings. And then at the end, I'm controlling the timing, controlling the reviews, controlling the referrals. By the way, throughout the process, I'm making friends with these folks. I want these folks to feel like David is a part of the family now. Like they can't do anything with their house without David. So that's typically my last statement. Hey, by the way, if there's anything, I got to go. But Josie, if there's anything that you need, whether it be roof related, plumbing related, refrigerator, appliances, whatever, let me know. I've got people for that. And that's it. Now, I have certain things that I do with certain vendors where I earn a commission for referring the business. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't feel about that. You work, you get paid, right? I know folks that have a directory of all these different vendors that they have, and those vendors pay them per month to be on that directory because they know they hand that directory out to all their clients. It's like advertising. Right? They created a magazine for their clients. There are some folks that use apps like Rooster, right? If you haven't checked that one out, Ruuster, Rooster. Rooster does the same thing. It allows you the opportunity to have one-on-one communication with the client while bringing in consistent vendors who pay you fees to be on your app so that those clients keep coming back to Rooster to find a plumber, to find a vendor of some sort. And when they reach out to those folks through Rooster, they know that it's working for them. Right? So when somebody calls you, if you're using Rooster and somebody calls you and says, hey, I need a plumber, you go, hey, just jump into Rooster and look for a plumber. I have one in there, and just direct message them in there. They don't respond to you in the next 24 hours, let me know. And I'll reach out to them. Right? Because I want them to know that it's coming through that system. All right. That's one system, but there's so many ways to do this. I have a solar partnership, right? So I tell folks, hey, by the way, if you're going to get solar panels on your house, let me know. I'll send you a link. You know, I mean, there's so many different things that you can do. You know, you can create agreements with roofers. You can create agreements with general contractors. There are furniture stores, high-end furniture stores that will pay real estate agents a commission for referring them. So I sold a $2.5 million condo in Coconut Grove, and then they went ahead and bought like $400,000 in furniture from a furniture store that pays real estate agents commissions for referring the business. So I made 3% of $2.5 million, and then I made like another 12 grand from commission in furniture sales. Like 3 months later, by the way, because they were slow stepping it. They did design, they did everything. Right? So 3 months later, I get this crazy, like, you know, $11,000 check in the mail from this furniture store, and it said the name. And I called the clients. I'll go, hey, I see you got all your furniture. They're like, yeah, I did, man. It's beautiful. This company was great. Thank you so much. Another opportunity for me to reach out to them. Right? There are systems like Happy Grasshopper, which we dub through frogmanfollowup.com. If you go to frogmanfollowup.com and you put your sphere of influence and past clients in there, that system will automate reaching out to them. If you have a great CRM like Chime or any of those high-level CRMs that you can create automation, you can set it up. You can create the entire dialogue, and then you could set it up where when you select the client from in process or showing houses or under contract, then you move them to closed, it automatically triggers an automated campaign for the next 24 months. Set that up. Hey, Dave, but I don't even know what to say in a 24-month campaign. Cool. Hey, ChatGPT, please create a 24-month campaign that reaches out to my real estate clients that have closed a property with me in Miami, Florida. Reach out to them every 2 weeks, and please incorporate text and email. ChatGPT will write it for you. Copy it, paste it to a document, adjust it however you see fit. There's no excuses anymore. There just isn't. Like right now, Michael, you don't know this, but right now I'm reaching out to somebody who is going to help us incorporate GHL and ChatGPT. So every time we input a lead into GHL, ChatGPT will talk to them for us. Come on, think about how crazy that is. If you're using Chime, Chime has an AI system in it. Let the AI do the work. My AI's name is Olivia. I can't tell you how many times I've been to a closing and people go, hey, we haven't met Olivia. She introduced us. Now she's busy talking to 7,000 other people right now. Sorry. All right. So I hope this was super helpful to you guys. Michael, if you logged in after we requested, put your email in the chat box right now. If you have not put your email in the chat box, put your email in the chat box. Michael, we're going to send them. This entire package. Okay.
Roger that.
And I want to show you guys the package real quick. We're going to send them the entire package, but I want you guys to kind of see what it looks like. This is our marketing package. Obviously, it's got a nice cover sheet with our logo. It talks about our team. It talks about the awards that we've received: Entrepreneur Startup of the Year, Most Innovative Marketing Award, nominated for Inman's Most Innovative Brokerage in the Country, 100 Most Influential Real Estate Agents, Catalyst Award, a Millionaire Immersion Program, 2,500 plus families moved, 750 million plus in sales. That actually needs to be updated, Michael. We got to change that to 850, and I think we're over 3,200 now. Then, you know, anywhere that I've been mentioned, the New York Times, Curb, Mansion Global, Real Deal, Inman, community newspapers, testimonials. from clients. You can copy and paste those from your Google or your anywhere else. Then we go where buyers found their home that they purchased, 52% on the internet. We get these numbers off of NAR, right? 52 on the internet, 29 from a real estate agent, 6% from yard signs, 1% from friends, 5% friends, relatives, and neighbors, 6% home builders or the agents, 2% directly from the seller, and 1% from printed newspaper advertisement. There was a time, I always include that printed advertisement because there was a time where people still weren't used to social media, and they'll go, well, are you going to put me in the newspaper? And I would go, no, right? And I would explain to them why, it wasn't worth the cost. Now you can put generic pictures of houses, like this is a generic picture of a house, or you can use listings that you've actually sold, like this is a listing that I sold, right? And so you can play with this. Now, my marketing approach, 1 through 11. Team approach, professional photography, yard and sign posts, distinctive brochures, pay-per-click digital campaigns, premier exposure on Zillow, Realtor.com, TrulyOnHomes.com, top 300 local real estate agent, preview email, national and international brokerage network, pre-marketing email blast, brokers opens, and accurate feedback. So we go team approach, philosophy, sign and post, market material, pay-per-click, where we're going to be found, top 300 email campaign, national, international reach, email blasts, right? And again, homes that you sold or generic photos, right? Brokers opens. And then we talk about unparalleled exposure. This is a graphic that you can find on NAR. This is a graphic that really just says, hey, listen, once you're on my website, thekurzteam.com, you're also on all these websites. And basically showcases every single website, Realtor Pin, Catalyst, Equator, Google, New York Times, Foreclosure.com, Property Shark, Yahoo Homes, Rent Compass, Easy Looky Loo, Realty Buzz, Zillow, CampusHomesOnline.com, My New Home, Home and Land, Front Door, HGTV, Home Game, eBay, Condo.com. Like this is where we syndicate to on the MLS, right? And then we go Kurz Online, several sites, Google tactics and domination, massive exposure, social presence. Getting homes sold online is a huge part of our strategy, giving buyers control at their fingertips. And then we like to use this hashtag move you. I've been using that since I own my brokerage, right? Then here's the page that we showed you so that there's no question. This is what we do pre-listing, listing and active, and then under contract. And then our expansion is your exposure. These are the areas that we were in. Then no one will market your home the way that the Kurz team will. Beautiful picture of a property with the beach in the background. Thank you. Happy client receiving their keys. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to list your home at Kurz and LPT. We provide a higher level of customer service in order to move you towards your real estate goals. In doing so, we believe in building genuine relationships with our clients that last long after your home is sold. It's really well written, right? Like I got this great copywriter. His name's Chad GPT. You can ask him any questions you want. All right. We're so excited to begin this journey with you. Do not hesitate to contact us if you have any questions. Beautiful photo, closing, where we're located, our website, Real Estate Reimagined. Boom. So we're going to send every one of you that inputted your email, we're going to send you a copy of this. And then Michael, what I'd like to do, we have this on Canva, right? If I'm not mistaken, Michael. I can't hear you.
I'll have to check it out. I know I made this, so it should be
yeah
there.
if it's on Canva, what I'd like to do is not only send them the PDF copy, but make a copy of it so they don't mess with ours, and then send the link to that copy open so that they can now make a copy of it. So when you guys receive this link, make a copy of it so that you're not, not everybody's working on the same project. Make a copy of it on your Canvas so you can create your own version. Okay. I'm like literally giving you my stuff. Steal it, use it, have fun with it. Okay. Any questions for me before we cut off? I said this was going to be a shorter class. It's 11:53, not so much. But any questions for me at all? You're very welcome, Daphne. Let me see. I'll go back to, I don't think there was anything. Could you send me the information as well? Thanks. Ozzy, can you message me just shoot me a DM or text or whatever, and I'll send you Michelle's info. If anybody wants Michelle's info, just reach out to me, okay? You know, listen, I vouch for this girl. She does such a fantastic job. It's kind of hard not to be excited about her. She really does a good job. Yeah, send me a message. Send me a message, Ozzy, by text or by DM on Instagram, please, and I'll connect you. I'll send you her contact info. If you don't have my Instagram, Mike, you have my Instagram link handle? Let me find it real quick. Here, I'm going to put my Linktree link in the chat, guys. This is the link to everything there is me. So I'm going to put this in here real quick, and my social media is in there. Everything's in there. Setting appointments with me is in there. Our Freedom Achiever Academy is in there. Registration for future classes is in there. Our podcast is in there. We actually launched a brand new podcast at davidadamkershow.com. That one's a little more tough. It's not all about real estate. We're just going to kind of open the floor and talk about whatever the hell I feel like talking about that day. So if you really want to get to know me, that'd be the best way to find out. All right, guys, y'all have a blessed day. Have a fantastic day. Thank you for joining us today. Y'all take care.
Thanks, David.
Thank you.